If you have pain in your neck or upper shoulders from spending large amounts of time in front of a screen, you're in the right place. This video is for you. I'm Dr. Jared, and in this video, I want to break down the 3 critical steps that you must take to not only eliminate this pain right now, but to prevent it from coming back in the future. Hope this helps. Now, step number 1 is probably the least glamorous, but it's also the most important in helping you to feel better. And that is, how is your workspace set up? Obviously, something about it is causing you pain or tension in your neck, and if we can figure out what that is and remove it from the equation, you're going to start to feel a lot better. Now, I actually shot an entire video about ergonomics and workspace setup, and so specifically, I'm going to link that at the end of this video, but for now, I want you to answer 2 simple questions. First, where are you looking right now? Where is your gaze directed? And then second, what does your posture look like right now? Now let's dive into these just a little bit deeper. First of all, when we're talking about gaze, a lot of people work or game on a laptop computer. What that does is my gaze is immediately directed down just above my hands. That pulls my neck forward, that rounds my shoulders forward. It puts me in this posture where a lot of stress is on my neck and shoulders. And if I stay in that posture for a long period of time, that causes tension and pain over time. So how can you correct these 2 things? Well, let's fix number 1 by adjusting the height of your monitor. The top of your monitor should actually be at eye level. And if we bring it up to that height, you can see the change that that makes in our posture. The easiest thing to do is to get an external monitor, or you can get a laptop stand with an external keyboard. Both of those things work great at straightening up your neck and adjusting your gaze. And then what do we do about number 2? How can we correct our posture? First step is to get a better chair that supports your body in a better posture, which brings us to the next step. I want you to take regular standing breaks. I want you to stand up for about 5 minutes every hour, stretch out, move around, and then when you sit back down, be aware of your posture and try to maintain this better posture for a longer period of time. Doing these 2 things can significantly reduce the stress and strain on your neck and shoulders. Now, step number 2 is to stretch the areas that are tight. Specifically, we're going to address the neck, the upper shoulders, and then the chest as the shoulders round in like this. These are the 3 stretches that I like to do that. First thing is going to be a chin tuck. The easiest way to learn this is to lay down on your back. Right now, there's a space between my neck and the table, or the neck and the floor if you're down on the floor. What I want you to do is tuck your chin straight down into your throat to flatten your neck down into the floor. You should feel a good stretch right at the base of your skull. You're going to hold that for 3 to 5 seconds and then return back up to the starting position. I would repeat that for about 10 to 15 repetitions. You can also do this at your chair as I'm showing you right here. Sit up with good posture and pull that chin straight back into your throat. Hold that for 3 to 5 seconds, and then again you can repeat 10 to 15 times. Stretch number 2 is going to be an upper trap stretch for these tight muscles right up here. Really simply, what I want you to do is tuck your right ear over towards your right shoulder until you get a good comfortable stretch here on the left side of your neck. If you need a little bit more with your right hand, you can take that up to the left side of your head and apply just a little bit over pressure until you get that stretch through that left side. You would hold that for 20 seconds and then you would repeat that to the opposite side as well. Hold for 20 seconds and then repeat that 3 times to each direction. And then the third stretch that I like is going to be a doorway stretch, shown here in my squat rack. And so put your hands on either side of a door frame at about shoulder height. Keep really good posture, keep your head up and your shoulders high, and then step into that door frame until we get a good stretch all through the front of your chest, all through the front of your shoulders. You're going to hold that for 20 seconds and repeat it 3 times. Now with this one, I even like to vary my hand placement a little bit. You can put your hands a little bit lower to stretch in a little bit different spot, or you can put your hands up here even higher to stretch in a little bit different spot. You can play around with these different hand angles to stretch different parts of your chest and shoulders until you find the one that works best for you. Regardless, 3 times, about 20-second holds on those is a great number to shoot for. All right, so we've fixed your workspace, we've stretched your tight muscles. The last thing we need to do is strengthen postural muscles to hold you in a better position throughout your day. These are the 3 exercises that I like to do that. The first thing that we're going to do is strengthen our neck extensors, or the muscles right here in the back of our neck. The easiest way to do that is you're going to lay down on your bed so that your chest is supported, but your head is not. Now in this position, I want your face to fall down towards the floor. So not my forehead, I'm not letting my forehead down towards the floor. So I'm keeping my face parallel, let that fall down to the floor. And now use the muscles in your neck to pull the back of your head up towards the ceiling. And so again, I'm keeping my face parallel to the floor. I'm not looking up like this. Rather, I'm pulling the back of my head straight up towards the ceiling. I'm going to hold that for 3 to 5 seconds and then return back down to that start position. And then I'm going to repeat this about 10 times. Now, if that first set of 10 feels okay, what we can do is a second and even a third set of 10. But you're really going to feel this in those muscles right here in the back of your neck. Now, the second exercise is more for your postural muscles a little lower in your back and between your shoulder blades. I want to pull you out of this position back up into this position. And so one of my favorite ways to do that, the simplest way to do that, is with a scapular pinch. What I want you to do is bring your elbows into a 90 degree. We're going to bend both of the elbows, keep them right in here tight to our side. Now what I want you to do is rotate the back of your hands back behind you, towards the wall back behind you. Really try to pinch and squeeze your shoulder blades together as you do that. Feel that good deep contraction right between your shoulder blades. Hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds and then return to that starting position. And then on this one, you can repeat this about 20 to 30 times. In fact, this is one of my favorite exercises to have people do during one of their standing rest breaks that I recommended a little bit earlier. And then exercise number 3, we are going to need some equipment for this. If you have access to a gym, you can do this on some cables at the gym. If you don't, you can get some bands. I have these bands right here. You can get these in a set. I've got these actually linked in the description down below. But what we're going to do is some rows with this. This is probably one of the best ways to strengthen and train those postural muscles. Stand with really good posture, so my head is up, my shoulders are back. I'm not rounding forward like this. I'm in this really good posture position. That's what we want to train and strengthen. Now I'm going to pull my elbows back behind my body. I'm not bringing my hands to my shoulders. It's not like a biceps curl. I'm actually focusing on pulling my elbows back behind me and squeezing my shoulder blades together. Again, feel that nice deep contraction in there. Hold that for 2 to 3 seconds and then slowly return back to that starting position. And so that's what those band rows look like. I would do that for about 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Now, at the beginning of this video, I did mention that I do have an entire video dedicated to ergonomics or workspace setup. If you're interested in checking that out, you can get it right here. For some reason, YouTube thinks you might like this video, so check that one out, see if YouTube's right. If you haven't subscribed to Tone and Tighten yet, I would love to see you back for future videos. Hit the circle to do that. Hope this helps you to feel better. Hope to see you again soon.